Sha'Carri Richardson tested positive for marijuana, and then she is now being suspended. Can't compete in the 100-meter race, which looked like, there's probably a good chance of her getting a gold medal in that competition, all for consuming a plant that was legal in the state she consumed it in, Oregon. And just how ridiculous and disgusting that is, that she's not going to be able to compete in this event where, she ran a 100-meter race, 10:86. That is blazing fast. But it looks like she might be able to still compete in the women's relay. So she says, "Don't judge me because I'm human. I'm you. I just happen to run a little faster." Well, quite a bit faster. But how absolutely ridiculous. Getting suspended for using fucking weed. What, in a state that it was legal in. And again, weed is not going to make you a better runner. It's not performance enhancing. And again, it was legal in the fucking state she used it in. So this is her on the Today Show, being kind of asked about this positive test.
Chanel, thank you. And Sha'Carri Richardson joins us now. Good morning, Sha'Carri. I just want to ask a simple question first. How are you doing?
I'm blessed to be alive. That's about it.
This is not easy. This is a hard moment that you're in right now.
Oh, shit, Sherlock.
Thank you for being on. And I know you wanted to tell your story. So tell me, what happened? What led up to this positive test?
Just honestly, I want to take responsibility for my actions. I know what I did. I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm allowed not to do, and I still made that decision. But not making an excuse or looking for any empathy in my case, but just, however, being in that position of my life, finding out something like that, something that I would say is probably one of the biggest things that have impacted me positively and negatively in my life when it comes to dealing with the relationship I have with my mother. So that definitely was a very heavy topic on me, and people don't understand what it's like to have to. Or people do. We all have our different struggles. We all have our different things we deal with. But to put on a face, to have to go in front of the world and put on a face and hide my pain. Who are you? Or who am I to tell you how to cope when you're dealing with a pain or you're dealing with a struggle that you've never experienced before or that you've never thought you would have to deal with? Like, who am I to tell you how to cope? Who am I
making a video
that you're wrong for hurting? So I think just honestly,
partner has no consideration.
Dealing with my mental as is with leading up to the games. Every time stepping on the track, definitely expected to be a record-breaking time or something like that. So just with that, pressure in itself was also just another thing. With this actually been my first full professional career, my first full professional circuit this year due to the pandemic. So just considering all of that put together, a long time, my agent, my sponsor, my sponsorship, my family, knowing we dealing with all of this stuff. So,
Sha'Carri, I just want people to understand where you're coming from, and tell me if this is correct. But it was a few days before your big race and the trials, you found out that your biological mother had passed away. You found out when a reporter told you, and it was after that you ingested some kind of marijuana. I should mention, you were in Oregon. It's legal in Oregon. You didn't violate any law, but it was against the rules of your sport, and as you said, you knew that. But is that what happened? Is that how this unfolded?
Honestly, yes, that is the story. I had an interview scheduled with my agent. I knew I was having an interview. I knew going to the interview like it was, I was just thinking it would be a normal interview, and then on the interview to hear that information come from a complete stranger was definitely triggering, was definitely nerve shocking, because it's just like, how are you to tell me that? Like, you know, it's like, and no offense against him at all. He's just doing his job, but definitely that sent me in a state of mind, in a state of emotional panic and anything. And still knowing that I still, even though I'm here, I still have to go out and put on a performance for my dream, but I think still compete to what it is. So yes, definitely triggered, and from there just blinded by emotions, blinded by sadness, blinded by just hiding hurt, honestly. For the fact that I know that I can't hide myself, so at least in some type of way I was just trying to hide my pain.
Well, that's pretty crazy, though, getting suspended from this event for using marijuana, even though it's legal in Oregon, where she tested positive for it. Then now she won't be able to compete in the Olympics, and it just, like, how is that still a thing? And then seems like more kind of racism and prejudice coming from the Olympics. Swim caps for black-owned swim brand Soul Cap, whose designs are made for natural black hair and other voluminous hair types, have been barred from use at the Olympics. FINA, I'm not sure what, some type of governing body, ruled that no athletes need caps of such size, and the caps don't follow the natural form of the head. I mean, Jesus Christ. So messed up. That's from the Bleacher Report. Just how, like, insane getting suspended from this 100-meter event where she was likely to medal, if not get a gold medal, because she's, like, super fast and talented, track athlete, not able to for testing positive for marijuana. Again, not a performance-enhancing drug. It's legal in that fucking state. How can this rule not change after this? Completely ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. I am human. Wow. Again, like, there's just so much hypocrisy in sports. But not, I guess so, again, this isn't super surprising, but hopefully it leads to some changes in these completely ridiculous and authoritarian and nonsense rules in the future.